cannabis advocates in Thailand protest a proposal to ban again its general use. 2 years after marijuana was decriminalized in Thailand, nearly 100 of its advocates marched to the Prime Minister's office Monday to protest a possible ban on general use. A Health Ministry Drug Control Committee approved Friday a proposal to relist cannabis as a narcotic to only be allowed for medical and research purposes. The proposition is set to be submitted to the Office of the Narcotics Control Board this week, and if agreed on, will take effect January 1st. Cannabis advocates and entrepreneurs, some carrying potted marijuana plants, gathered at the United Nations headquarters in central Bangkok Monday as they prepared to head to the governor's house, nearly 1 kilometer, 0.62 miles away. Prashichai Nunoan, we're going to just say that's completely wrong, a representative of pro-cannabis network of individuals, addressed the protesters saying that marijuana should be separately regulated by the health ministry instead of criminalizing the plant yet again. He accused the government of outlawing the drug to only allow a few interest groups to benefit from its medical uses. That doesn't sound like anything people would do. Come on. This fight for cannabis is not only for medical security or people's rights, but it's also for destroying the monopoly of politicians taking its benefits away from the people, he said. Kitty Chopka, a cannabis shop owner in Bangkok and activist, also accused the current Thai cabinet of allowing politics to manipulate such a decision and called on officials to come up with a policy that benefits the majority of people. Who are you to judge what they use it for and how they use it, she added. Police barricaded the road leading to the government house, effectively stopping the protesters from marching ahead, who then set up a camp in the area and announced they would remain in place until the government responded to their demands. An official later received the group's written petition. In May, Prime Minister Saritha Thavisin said he wanted to outlaw cannabis again, sparking several protests from advocates who claimed the decision would be damaging to the economy. Legal cannabis has fueled Thailand's tourism and farming sectors and spawned thousands of cannabis retails ranging from shops, trucks, to market stalls all over the country. Pak Pechong, a cannabis grower who joined Monday's march, said while more regulations are needed, a radical rollback will hurt a lot of people who have invested in the business. Everybody's spent a lot of money already. I'm a grower, so our main concern is not being able to grow or use it, he said. After cannabis was decriminalized in 2022, it was initially said that it would be allowed only for medical use, but in practice, the market remained virtually unregulated, prompting public backlash and concerns over misuse and crime, which the government has cited as reasons for the proposal. Last month, Health Minister Somsak said the ministry conducted an online survey and that no less than 80% of the 111,201 participants approved the ban. However, the results were not publicly shared. The I can't pronounce that party, headed by Anutin Sharkanaval. Can they just be John Smith? This is so hard. Spearheaded decriminalizing marijuana in the country and promised at the time farmers in its stronghold in the impoverished Northeast that it would be a new cash crop. Anutin, who headed the health ministry in 2022, pushed for an amendment to the narcotics law, dropping cannabis from the list of controlled substances. Currently, the Interior Ministry, the party head, has publicly opposed the proposed ban, saying while Bomathi does not support recreational use of cannabis, the rollback will impact the cannabis industry. I mean, I think this is interesting. I think, one, the Thai government is sick of the shit because we definitely saw a lot of people go over there that we know are just really pushing it. So that's cool. I mean, your trap fails in America, take it to Thailand, I suppose. But
I mean, Oklahoma failed, so why not take it to Thailand?
Yeah, Oklahoma did also fail. Yeah, you got $2,500. Come on out. So yeah, I think it's interesting, but I also have had accounts from some friends of mine who have businesses out there where the government does come in and take your business, and that I could see a monopoly being created and being politically backed. But I also want to acknowledge that they completely descheduled. It looked like they removed it from the controlled substances list, which is crazy. Why can't we do that?
Well, we actually did a whole Sunday special report on Thailand and this whole reversal of the government stance, and we had my buddy filthy of the Lavender Boys come in and talk about it, because they actually hold all of the medical licenses currently in Thailand. And so we got a good in-depth. And so I encourage you guys, you want to learn more about this, to go and check out that whole video, because there's a wealth of knowledge on there.
Let's clarify that too. They hold all the ones that are available.
Correct.
They don't hold every license. We just need to clarify, because people are going to be like, he doesn't own my shop. Shout out to Filthy.
Yes. I think that's a fair point. They possess all of the licenses that you can obtain through the Thai government, as far as for medical is concerned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know they have like whole hotels in Thailand, that have cannabis friendly as well too. One of my buddies has one of those, but are those all in jeopardy now as well too?
So basically, and we kind of go into this in the video, but basically no one is in jeopardy of losing their business. It's a question of whether or not they want to conform to the government's protocols or whatnot. And so it's kind of like back in the day when they had started with legalization, and it's like, if you wanted to participate in legalization, then you had to go through these steps and whatnot, and if not, then you just stayed in the trap. But I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to get caught trapping in Thailand.
No.
It's so weird to me, because Thailand is one of the most accommodating cultures, which has some benefits and some risks. And they went full, this is just a house plant. And the idea that they could put the genie back in the bottle, show me any place in the history of the world where that has worked for any government. I don't see how, I don't see what they're doing here.
That's what I was about to say too. Sretha Thabison trying to show us how to put the toothpaste back in the tube, man. It's just crazy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'll tell you what, though, this is going to be a great example to see if they can do it. Because if they can do it, then maybe New York should implement their policies to do the same thing.
It's just, if I was going to identify through my own puritanical Judeo-Christian lens the societal ills that Thailand might want to consider addressing, it would be sex with underage humans, not what people.
Hey, I'm so with you on that, Yarrow. 100% with you on that. That shit is crazy to me.
Crazy, and yet here we got Pattaya filled with these disgusting tourists who are enjoying their pleasures in a country that is known for its tolerance, and they are worrying about reverting back to regressive laws that didn't serve their society anyway. It's a land race trained country. Why are we worrying about cannabis? Why are we not regulating it? And why did they not know that when they took it to a full decriminalization?
Hold on. Hold on. You got to understand the politics over there. So the king had passed, a new government came in, and this is the new government's policy, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
The pendulum swing of political power.
That's
and
right.
The way in which it affects the scatterbrained approach to public policy.
Can't wait for the pendulum to swing back that way, this way out here in U.S.
Hey.
Just
Go
saying.
Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
I got a pendulum. It's swinging.
It's swinging, yeah.
Swinging.
It's swinging. We do want to thank Thomas Cross with a big old super chat, who says freedom is normal, and spelled it as the organization NORML, and says federal decriminalization now, which we totally agree with.
I got Troy's also.
You got Troy, and Troy had a big old super chat. Thank you so much.
Troy's first super chat.
Troy Edwards, very first super chat. Troy Lawrence. Thank you so much.
He said Rico is an Ori hoe. And these hoes ain't loyal.
And what?
And these hoes ain't loyal.
That's true. That these hoes ain't
All right.
loyal. That is 100% true in these streets.